Good morning, class. Hope and pray you all are safe and healthy. Today we will do chapter number 13, non-finite verbs. Class, in our first term, we have done topic verb, and in that we have learnt about auxiliary verbs, then main verbs, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. And in today's topic, we will learn about finite and non-finite verbs. Finite means which can be changed, and non-finite means which cannot be changed. A non-finite verb does not show a particular tense, person or number. Means to say, with the change of tense or person or number in any sentence, there is no change of the non-finite verbs. Means to say, non-finite verbs remain same, maybe whatever is the tense, person or number. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. First is infinitives, second participles, and third gerund. Now let's see some examples. I want to go there. Hearing the noise, the boy woke up. He is fond of playing football. In these sentences, to go, hearing and playing, these are non-finite verbs. Now let's see meaning and uses of infinitives. The infinitive form of verb is the verb in its base form preceded by to. Means the infinitive consists of two words, to plus base form of verb. Base form means to say first form of verb. For example, to dance, to eat, to play, etc. She likes to read storybooks. They wish to go home. In these sentences, to read and to go, these are infinitives. To plus first form of verb. Infinitives are used like a noun, adjective or adverb in the sentence. Infinitive can be used as the subject, it can be used as the object, and it can also be used as the object of a preposition. Now let's see some examples. To dance was her passion. To err is human. In these two sentences, to dance and to err, these infinitives are used as the subject of the verb was and is. Next examples, the girls love to dance, they like to play chess. In these sentences, to dance and to play, these are used as the object of the verbs love and like. He had no choice except to run away. In this sentence, infinitive to run away is used as the object of a preposition except. Infinitives are also used as adverbs. You all know that adverb is used to modify a verb, an adjective or an other adverb to tell us when, where, how, or in what manner any action is done. Means to say, adverbs tell us purpose, result, or reason. The officer returned to help. We eat to live. In these two examples, to help and to live, these are used as adverbs. These two infinitives are giving answer of why. Means to say, these are telling purpose or reason. And in these sentences, infinitive to help and to live, these are modifying the verbs returned and eat. So these are used as adverbs in these sentences. Infinitives are also used as the complement of a verb. Her greatest pleasure is to swim. In this example, to swim is used as complement of verb is. Some infinitives are used only as base form of the verb. Means to say, sometimes only first form of the verb is used as infinitive. Means to say, without to. The infinitives which are used without to, those are known as bare infinitives. Now let's find out use of bare infinitives. These are used after modals like can, could, may, might, must, etc. These are also used after some verbs like bid, dare, need, hear, let, make, see, etc. Along with these verbs, with some expressions like rather than, would rather, had better, sooner than, bare infinitives are used. You must take a break. In this sentence, infinitive take is used after modal must. Let him sit here. In this example, bare infinitive sit is used after verb let. You had better ask his permission. Here, bare infinitive ask is used after had better. I would rather die than surrender. Here, bare infinitive die is used after would rather. Second kind of non-finite verbs is participle. The word which is partly a verb and partly an adjective in its use is called a participle. Means participles are having nature of both a verb and an adjective. And there are three forms of participles: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. Present participle is a non-finite verb which ends in ing and works like an adjective. Hearing the noise, the people woke up. I saw a monkey climbing up the tree. In these sentences, hearing and climbing, these are present participles and these are working like an adjective in the sentences. Now, uses of present participle. Present participle can be used in different ways. Number one, Attributive use means to say when adjective is placed before the noun, it qualifies. Present participle can be used in this way. For example, barking dogs seldom bite. In this sentence, barking, present participle, which is working as an adjective, is placed before the noun dogs, which it is qualifying. Use of a present participle can be predictive also. Predictive use means to say when adjective is used after the verb. For example, the book was interesting. In this sentence, book is a subject, interesting is a present participle, and this present participle, which is working as an adjective, is placed after verb was. An adjective phrase is generally used after the noun it qualifies. For example, the man standing at the gate came just now. The boy wearing the red shirt is Shakil. The pen lying on the desk is mine. In these sentences, standing, wearing, lying, along with the phrases standing at the gate, wearing the red shirt, lying on the desk, these are used after the nouns the man, the boy, the pen, etc. Present participle is also used to express an earlier action or one of the actions of the same subject, means to say to show any action which is over, which is done in past, or any action of the same subject. Seeing the police, the thief ran away. Finding no one in the classroom, the teacher became angry. Entering the drawing room, I saw the guest. In these sentences, seeing, finding, entering, these are showing an earlier action. Second kind of participles is past participle. And this usually ends in ed, d, t, en or n, means to say third form of verb. And now uses of past participle. Past participle tells about an action or state which is completed. The broken glass, the wounded soldier. In these examples, broken and wounded, these are past participles, and these are showing that process of getting broken or process of getting wounded, that is over, that is complete. If the past participle is formed from a transitive verb, then it is passive in form. The broken glass means to say the glass was broken. This is passive form. The wounded soldier. The soldier was wounded. Again, this is passive form. Past participle is used in passive form of sentences and in sentences of perfect tenses. Third kind of participles is perfect participle, and it is formed by placing having before the past participle. For example, having finished his work, Amit was ready for play. Here finished, this is past participle, third form of verb, and when we added having, then it is perfect participle. Third kind of non-finite verbs is gerund. Gerund is a non-finite verb which ends in ing and works like a noun. Now, uses of gerund. It is used as the subject of the sentence. For example, hunting tigers is dangerous. Flying makes me nervous. In these sentences, hunting and flying, these words are gerund and these are used as a subject of the sentences. These are used as noun. It is also used as the complement of the verb to be. Seeing is believing. One of life's pleasures is having breakfast in bed. Believing and having, these are used as the complement of the verb. Gerund is also used as the object of a preposition. For example, she is good at painting. There's no point in waiting. In these sentences, painting and waiting, these gerunds are used after preposition at and in. Many times we are having some confusions in the use of present participles and gerunds because both end with ing. Remember, present participle does the work of an adjective, but a gerund does the work of a noun. Let's take example of two sentences. I enjoy singing. In this sentence, singing is a gerund because it is used as object in the sentence. It is used as object of the verb enjoy. It is doing work of a noun. So this is a gerund. And in the other sentence, she is a singing girl. Here singing is a present participle. It is doing action like an adjective. It is describing noun girl. By knowing that how these words are used easily, we can identify that whether it is gerund or present participle. Gerunds and infinitives, both these are used as a subject, but commonly we prefer use of gerund. When we talk about any journal statement, then we use infinitive. For example, to walk is a good exercise. Generally, we are telling something, we are giving one statement. Walking is a good exercise. Here we are more sure. So that's why we are preferring the use of gerund in this sentence. In sentences which are used to ask any questions, we use infinitives. Is it divine to forgive? This is one question sentence and we have used infinitive to forgive. Now some other important points to remember. Only gerund is used after a preposition. I am tired of waiting. Here waiting is a gerund and it is used after preposition of. There are some verbs like avoid, enjoy, like, mind, etc. which are followed by gerund. We enjoy hiking. She likes listening to music. Here enjoy and likes. These verbs are followed by hiking and listening, which are gerunds. There are some verbs which are always followed by infinitive, and these verbs are agree, appear, ask, begin, decide, demand, feel, hope, like, plan, etc. I agree to abide by the rules. Here verb agree is followed by infinitive to abide. Verbs like start, stop, remember, etc. can be followed by both infinitive and gerund. For example, it started to rain. Here to rain is infinitive. It started raining. Here raining is gerund. After some adjectives like disappointed, glad, happy, pleased, sad, surprised, relieved, etc., infinitive form is used. For example, he was disappointed to find they had already gone. After the adjective disappointed, infinitive to found is used here. She was glad to see me. After adjective glad, infinitive to see is used here. Students, revise this chapter carefully and do its exercise. Thank you and take care.